Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green. I'm the manager of the fifth place AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. We can't seem to get out of fifth place one way or the other. We win, we tie, we win, we tie, and we're still fifth. Today we're taking on Jimmy Hogg and Huddersfield Town. Huddersfield Town, which doesn't, has there ever been a place that sounds more like a made-up town in England, Huddersfield? But yes, so we are AFC Wimbledon. We play in South London in our historic home ish across the street from the lane where we won an FA Cup in the 80s. And today I'm going to talk about why AFC Wimbledon. So I was a semi-professional FIFA player, and I actually held the distinction for many years of being the worst FIFA player to play FIFA semi-professionally, which is a tremendous accomplishment. The worst skilled, least skilled professional FIFA player. Of course, in real life, that position is held by girls just want to have funding's rude. The least skilled professional football player in the world. We love him. He's not good, but that's part of what we love about him. We'll never get rid of him because he's so bad no one will buy him. I'm just kidding. Girls just want to have funding's rude. You are terrible, though. My God. He's unconscionably slow. Oh, and then I just ran past the ball. I know that I'm terrible at defense and that it's not my girls just want to have funding's rude. It's my fault, but I'm assigning blame. So anyway, I played at Swindon Town for many years, and I started to feel – so I was feeling like, in general, like it was time for a change. But also I was feeling like it's a little weird just to play FIFA semi-professionally and not have any other story to it, you know? Like, I visited Swindon Town, and it was really fun, and they clearly valued, like, a lot of supporters of that club knew who I was, and, you know, like, we'd been in the Swindon paper on many occasions. After we won the FA Cup, we were actually on the front page of the Swindon paper, and so, like, that's cool, but I started to feel like it would be better if we had an even more meaningful relationship with a club. Oh God, that could have been a great ball, but it wasn't. You know, like if we could be somehow more involved in the life of a club. My frustration with Swindon was always that like it was only so real. You know, by the way, Dicko and Dini up front. I almost said teammates in life and in love, but no. Dicko's married and Dini's married to the life. Oh, okay. So I just wanted something. I wanted to. I thought that we could have a more fulfilling relationship. Like, I thought that the series would be cooler and we could have a more fulfilling relationship with the team if there was an actual team that we were actually invested in, and not like metaphorically invested in, but like really invested in. And so then it was a question of like, well, what team could we sponsor? We could sponsor Swindon Town, and like that would be fun and kind of hilarious. But the great thing about AFC Wimbledon is that they were a club, and they are a club that like reflects our values as a community. Like, for instance, you know, Nerdfighteria is a very welcoming, open community. It's a big tent, but at the same time, like, it's not defined in opposition to an other. And even though I've made it out, like, Wimbledon, you know, like, hates the franchise that currently plays in Milton Keynes. In fact, like actual AFC Wimbledon supporters are often critical of the way that I talk about the franchise that currently plays in Milton Keynes because they just like think that it shouldn't exist. So they're an us that exists kind of without a them. It's astonishing to see the support that AFC Wimbledon has for other clubs owned by their fans, like for Portsmouth. Like they always come out in great numbers to play for the away crowd in Portsmouth to show support for AFC Wimbledon, but also to show support for the idea of owning your team. Oh no, Seb Brown, not well positioned there. Oh boy, and that I thought that was really cool. I thought. Like, I saw a Portsmouth supporter. I was wearing an AFC Wimbledon shirt in the Orlando airport recently, and a Portsmouth supporter walked up to me and said, hey, I just saw you were wearing an AFC Wimbledon shirt, and I wanted you to know I support Portsmouth, and we're really looking forward to having you guys here this year, and looking forward to the away game at Wimbledon. And I was like, wow, thanks. Yeah, also looking forward to it. Good luck this season. That's crazy. right? Like, you would never have that. Like, a Manchester United fan would never walk up to me and say, like, oh, man, I'm really looking forward to playing Liverpool this season. It's just a different kind of relationship. And I thought that was really cool. The other thing is that the team, in addition to, like, sharing our values by being inclusive, being the first club in the Football League in England to stand with the Football Fans Against Homophobia campaign, stuff like that, is that the club is... it's also like Nerdfighteria in that it's run mostly by volunteers. In fact, almost exclusively by volunteers. There are very few. Oh my God! It should totally be 2-0. There are very few players. The players get paid, obviously, but most of the concession staff are volunteers. Most of the a lot of the people who do the sponsorships do it because they love the club and not for money. The chairman of the club doesn't get paid. He gets paid a guinea per year. And when asked why he gets paid a guinea instead of a pound, he said that a guinea sounded better. You know what sounds really good, Meredith? You know what's my personal favorite sound? Dicko, 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 dicko. Dicko, 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 Dicko just scored a goal. The patron saint of lost crosses, K. St. Luce, with a beautiful cross into who else but Dicko. And Dicko makes it 1-1 in the 45th minute. And AFC Wimbledon is on the board. And oh, Dicko! 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 Wimbly Wombly scored a goal, and Dicko was his name. Oh, wow, that was bad. D-I-C-K-O, 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 and Dicko was his name. 1-0 down to 2-1 up. That's the way we're going to win the league. We were 1-0 down, now we're 2-1 up. That's how we're going to win the championship. Just rolls right off the tongue. Oh, we were 1-0 down, and now we're 2-1 up. I love it. And you know how we did it, Meredith? Dicko. Dicko. D&D, that great buddy comedy. Dicko and Deanie with a fantastic first half. And Huddersfield Town was on the board. Should have been 2-0, but suddenly it's 2-1 to the good guys. What was I talking about in this episode before Dicko took over my life and fulfilled all of my dreams? Oh, right, why we play as AFC Wimbledon. So here's a club that's owned by its fans, that shares our values, that where the people involved in it are really cool. And I thought, if we have the opportunity to sponsor anybody, it should be a team like that. Oh my gosh, is it going to be Deanie? No. Oh my God, that was almost the goal of forever by K. St. Luce. Can we just see a replay of it? Because it was almost, I got really quiet because I was about to scream my head off. That would have been ridiculous. That would have been like Cristiano Ronaldo type of goal. I would have been singing, "Are we Barca? Are we Barca? Are we Barca?" in disguise. I know he plays for Real Madrid. You know what I mean. Okay. Anyway, so it's been and then they play in South London, so Nerdfighters can actually go to the games. There's a lot of Nerdfighters in London, and they can actually go. The club has completely embraced us, even though they think it's a little bit weird. They're a little bit confused at times, but they've oh no! Oh gosh, it was offside. Everything worked out better than expected. The actual AFC Wimbledon social media often comments on these games, which is very generous of them. It's just great fun. Like, it's so much more fun to feel like you're an owner of the club. And in fact, I am an owner of the club, as are my kids. We all belong to the Don's Trust. You can join the Don's Trust. There's a link in the doobly-doo. And then you can be an owner of the club, too, and you can know how awesome it is. It only costs, I think, $75 a year about. And, it allows you to support the club directly, and allows you to feel like an owner, and, in fact, to be an owner. It is the Don's Trust that owns the club, not a person, not a big corporation, the actual supporters of the actual team. And that's really cool. There are a few other teams in the Football League owned by their fans, but none like AFC Wimbledon that started from the very bottom and worked their way into the Football League. I mean, they had to win many promotions to get up from the amateur ranks to to where they are now, a full-time professional team. So it's just a special story, and I love being a part of it, and I hope that we get to be a part of it for a long, long time. Like, I want to be rooting for AFC Wimbledon when they're back in the Premier League, and I also want to be sponsoring them. I still want to be on their shorts when they're. Can you imagine that? Nerdfighteria shorts in the Premier League. By the way, lots of people asking about kits, how you get kits. You can get them at the AFC Wimbledon shop, but if you live in the United States, the shipping is god-awful expensive. We are working, oh God, panic, panic! Dang it! James Hunt. The dog, it turns out, does hunt. I tried to make a nice tackle there, and then, oh man. Look who was away off the ball. It was girls, just want to have funding's rude. Just sort of ball watching there. It's a little disappointing, but that's all entirely the manager's fault. So suddenly we've gone from 2-1 up to 2-2 tied. And that's not the way that you win the championship. That doesn't even begin to rhyme. We've got to find a goal, and when we need to find a goal, we turn to two of the greatest men of all time. We turn to John Green and John Green. And we're also going to turn to Kaz. We're going to take off Les Moore. We're going to bring on Kaz. We're going to take off. I don't know if we can make all the substitutions I want to make. I really want to bring on Hell's Pels. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put back on Les Moore, and we are going to bring on the other John Green because they're a team. They work together. All right, we're going to make all three substitutions at once, just like the professional managers do, and we'll see if we can find a way to nick a third goal. I don't think that it would be totally outside the realm of possibility, given how we've played. I like the way that we've looked going forward. As usual, we look awful in the back, although that was a nice tackle. But the Golden Child, very quick to give up the ball right there. That's disappointing. I know that he's only 9. I know, but look, but then he made a nice tackle. See, he's a complicated child. Gold. I never know quite what to make him. Look, I mean, he just got absolutely dominated there on the ball. But then he's probably going to come back and do something ridiculous later in the game. He's such a fascinating character. If you give a corner kick there, it's going to be so bull. They did. That's such bull. That ball was going out of bounds and I didn't touch it. Typical FIFA 14 bull. Oh, that's a great tackle. Who? Frankenstein. Oh, he's going to do the mash. He's going to do the monster mash. Yes, he got fouled from behind. That was naughty. Don't hurt Frankenstein. He's a doctor, not a monster. Go. There we go. There we go. It's beautiful. It's Hell's Pels. Oh, ball John Green. Oh, my God. Doesn't part of you think that Dicko might have put that in the back of the net, Meredith? There's part of me that says never wants to be an anti-Ball John Green person because Ball John Green is an incredible finisher, one of the best finishers of his generation. But there is part of me that says I think John Green might have finished that less well than Dicko would have. Where's my foul? I got fouled from behind. Frankenstein, angry, unnecessarily slide tackling. I love it. I love to see the passion out there in the 88th minute. So that's why we play as the Wimbly Womblys, because it allows us to support a football team who I think really are worth our support. Now, obviously, like, it's football. It's not curing cancer. But you know, if you're going to do it, I think this is the right way. Please, anything but a loss! Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, my God. What? I'm sorry. This reminds me of the recent Wimbledon game where they were 1-0 up, and then it looked like I was like, oh my gosh, Wimbledon are going to be second in. They're going to be near the top of the table in League Two, and I was already celebrating, and then they gave up 2 ridiculous goals, missed a penalty, and lost the game, and I was just devastated. But wait, are we going to find a way to salvage a point here? No, we aren't. I hate this stupid game. Frickburger. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's not going to help our chances of staying in 5th. All right, we're going into the transfer period in January. I'm going to try hard to strengthen the squad. I'm sorry. Best wishes.